Hi, friends. Today I'm going to talk to you about a very interesting spiritual book that I read a very long time ago. It's called Mejda by Sanandalal Ghosh. Now, Sanandalal Ghosh is the younger brother of Paramahansa Yogananda, and Mejda in the native Bengali, I think, means elder brother, but uh, not the oldest brother of yours. Okay, so yeah, I think Yogananda was his second oldest brother. Now, how did I come across this book, and why is this so interesting? Because I have read many autobiographies of spiritual gurus, especially after I read Autobiography for Yogi. I think that's the oldest one that I have read, uh, or the one that was actually written. And then there were many others written by many other spiritual gurus after that. But as I mentioned in my video on Autobiography of a Yogi, mentioned in the description below, I was completely blown when I read Autobiography of a Yogi more than so many years back. And it sent me on a quest to find more about the man. Okay, and it took me to the Yogananda ashram in Delhi. Led me to read all his books on conversations with God, etc., etc. And then I also discovered a book written by his younger brother, a book which talks about him as a person, about his family life, but most importantly, it is almost like you could say it's a sequel to Autobiography of a Yogi. You see, the interesting part is this: most people interested in spirituality have read Autobiography of a Yogi, but I have not even encountered 5% of those people who have read Mejda. Now, what was it that amazed me in Autobiography of a Yogi? Amazing stories of magic, of adventure, you know, holy men appearing from nowhere. This whole, you can say, group of saints, a team of saints of Shri Yukteshwara, Lahiri Mahasay, and of course Mahavtar Babaji, and then Yogananda himself. I was craving for more stories on that. I was craving for more information on them, and you get all of that in this book. Now, if you haven't read Autobiography of a Yogi, please switch off this vlog, go and order that book. Read that book first. But if you read that and you're like, where could I get anything else? This is not like a series. This is not Harry Potter series that you have another book coming up. Then your only source of quenching this thirst is Mejda by this author. I have read another book by the Guru, Sri Yukteshwara, of the Guru of Yogananda, but that's for another video because that is a little more profound book in terms of spiritual discussion. This book, written by the brother, gives you again a lot of very exciting stories. Just to give you an illustration, okay. For example, there's this amazing story about where Yogananda as a young brother have gone somewhere, and they're supposed to come back before dark and all, and Yogananda says, let's take some go to this particular farm and take some lychees. I don't know if you know the fruit, lychee fruit. Okay, I have no idea what you call it in English. I can't recall it. So they decided to take some lychees, and it's getting late, and Sanandalal Ghosh is very worried that what, they're gonna get a beating from their father or scolding or something like that. And while they're doing this, suddenly they hear somebody called Yogananda's name. They're like, who could know us here? And there is this man, saintly man, standing there. Okay, and he talks to Yogananda and he says, you've come here on a God's destiny on this planet, so you are destined for a lot of all of this great stuff, etc., etc. And Sananda is very worried that, look, we have to rush back home. Anyway, they keep looking at the man. They When they reach home, you know, it seems both the father and the elder brother are not there at home. Yogananda goes straight to his room, meditates, and comes out and says, "Come with me." And he takes his younger brother and shows him a photograph of the very same saint who had who's obviously long dead, because they had a photo of him in their house, and that was the great Lahiri Mahasay. There's another very interesting story of Lahiri Mahasay, which talks about how what do you call, great spiritual gurus have a lot of power, but they must know how to restrain it. So he's having his food with his family and his children, and this cat is sitting next to him, and she wants to pounce on his plate, and Dari Masai just try to shoot his cat, and he says, "Don't eat from my plate," or something like that, and the cat just collapses and dies. That's the power of just him shooing the cat away. He didn't touch the cat also. He just like makes a signal of for it to kind of go away. So he feels very bad that he's killed his pet or something. He takes a plate or whatever with milk and rice, and the cat comes back to life. And Lahari Masai eats his food in silence, and feeling bad that he has kind of misused his powers. There are many more stories where this came from. So read the book out. I'll tell you why I found it very interesting. Because for all our search for a deeper meaning in life, what Autobiography of a Yogi does, and then this book follows on in that tradition, is the fact that essentially what is all spirituality? It is about believing that there is magic in this universe. We have potential, we have opportunity, and that there are beings who have experienced magic. It takes you into a fairyland residing right here on this earth, where things were beyond the realm of ordinary. And that is what spirituality to me finally boils down to. Man believes that there is more. There is much more to events that happen in our lives. And if we can prune our senses through meditation, through yoga, through a lot of things, and of course build it over, you know, many births, we too can reach a stage where amazing events can happen in our lives. So, this book offers a rare glimpse of a person who is watching a great saint by the side. It's not a book by a great saint, it's not a great eulogy written by his follower. It's an up close and personal book with a lot of magical tales. So, if you're in the mood of some magic, and if you want to just have a good, enjoyable read, check out this book. It's been a very long time since I made a review book video, and I hope you can also experience and enjoy this. In subsequent recent videos, I will try to add on a lot more book reviews. Why is that important? It's for a specific reason. These are books that can change your life. Can I really say that Mejda changed my life? No, not necessarily. But Autobiography of a Yogi surely did. You see, this is a smaller book, and it, in some manners, because it is not written by a great saint himself, though Sananda Ghosh was also no merry mortal, it does not give you some of those profound thoughts that Autobiography of a Yogi does. I don't want to compare the two, both are good, but definitely not in the league of Autobiography of a Yogi. But still, for all those whose thirst was not fully quenched, this is the book that could help you in that manner. Thank you and enjoy the book. Bye bye, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.